Another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EIK WM France deck G4 G456 game with Lumin, Ranior, and Coolala. So, looking at this first pile, there are two standout picks for me. One is Writing Maniac and the other is Master Huntsman. Elder's Daughter being in the pack tells me that I should go Master Huntsman, but then Writing Maniac, School Lunch Lady tells me I should go Writing Maniac. So if I take Master Huntsman here, I'm probably not getting Elder's Daughter back. Probably not getting Well Builder back. Well, so maybe Well Builder, School Lunch Lady, Writing Maniac get taken, and then I get Elder's Daughter back. That would be quite good, because of course Elder's Daughter, I play it, I get the clay from my cooking hearth, so I can immediately start eating my boar. Alternatively, I can take Writing Maniac and then Master Huntsman. Let's say 3 of Master Huntsman, Elder's Daughter, Well Builder goes, and then I get School Lunch Lady back. Well, then I'm getting a grain every time I play my occupation with Writing Maniac, and then if I could also get something that lets me, like, a card that let me bake whenever I play occupations or something like that, that would also be really strong. It would let me play out my whole hand. So there's kind of 2 different ways I can go here. I think I'm leaning towards Master Huntsman. I think this card is extremely good. Maybe Well Builder wheels, and then, I can build the well and get a boar from that. I can do a lot of, like, pretty silly stuff. So, taking Master Huntsman here. Okay, this pile... Well, there's Reeve, so I kind of wish I had taken Writing Maniac, because Writing Maniac plus Reeve, nice combination. We've got Sheep Farmer here, we've got Hewer, we've got Reeve. I think, knowing that Elder's Daughter is out there, I think I want to take Hewer, because the stone from Hewer is just going to be really good for helping me to build, my second and third major improvement. So probably I try to build a cooking hearth directly, or fireplace upgraded to a cooking hearth, and then 2 other stone improvements very likely, a stone major improvement, so like pottery, ovens, that kind of thing. So taking Hewer here I think makes a lot of sense. I think passing the Writing Maniac to the Reeve player is quite dangerous. However, I don't know if I'm going to want to play Reeve. I think I'm going to be focused on, I think Hewer is good enough that I can pass Reeve and try to play into its bonus, because I think Hewer is a very strong card. Okay, I actually kind of like Businessman here, funnily enough. I'm not really that excited about any of these cards. I kind of like Businessman. Remodelers, you know what? I'm lower and lower on Remodeler every day. It's just like, you need to have 2 extra wood to build the stable when you build your first room. And then you play Remodeler, which is effectively replacing you taking, a couple clay and a couple reed. So it's fine. Like, as an action, it's a one-off, really. It's a one-off 2 clay, 2 reed that you're paying retroactively. Um, I'm really pretty low on Remodeler, because you have to play it and then you have to reno, and it's a lot. So I could take something like Stockman here. Stockman gives me a really good reason to build a bunch of stable. Well, it's not the best reason, but it's a pretty solid payoff in that I can Stockman, I can get breeding pair of boar with my Master Huntsman, I can eat the cattle and the sheep, or I can take Businessman here. And if I take Businessman, then I can really hammer the major improvements knowing that Elder's Daughter is in the game. Now, I have passed Lumin, Writing Maniac, so I'm like probably 92% sure that Lumin first picked Writing Maniac and is gonna second pick second pick Writing Maniac and third pick Reeve. He would have to have first picked something really strong for him to not take Writing Maniac and Reeve here. So the thing is, if I do play Businessman, I am giving Lumin, like, me playing Businessman certainly will help Lumin, that's for sure. Is Lumin likely to take Businessman out of this pile? That's the other question. Is Lumin likely to take Businessman? Can I take Stockman or Remodeler here and Lumin takes one of the other cards? I'm not sure that that's what will happen. I'm afraid that if I pass businessman here, that Lumin's going to take it, and I'm going to sit and last a lot of the game. I'm going to take businessman here. I'm not sure that this is the right play, but if major minor comes out late, I'll feel pretty good about it. Pretty disappointed with this pack. Nothing too exciting. Baker's Daughter lets me unblockably so bake. With Master Huntsman and Hewer, I'm going to go more for major improvements, not necessarily doing a lot of plowing and sowing. Clay Plaster is probably fine. Hey, Samfolds. Yeah, new haircut, that's right. Got a cut on Friday. I needed to be cooler for the summer. I don't mind having long hair in the winter, but in the summer it's too hot. It was really long. It was really long. I would have cut it probably 2 months earlier, but of course we were in lockdown because of COVID. So, the rest of this pile is just so meh. I guess I could clay plaster. Plaster is fine. I don't really want to pass clay plaster to the remodeler, so I guess I take clay plaster here. This is kind of just a block pick. So 2 cards I could take here: Well Builder and Elder's Daughter. Honestly, I'd be happy with either of them. Well Builder and Elder's Daughter. So Hewer lets me build, like, Well Builder plus Hewer lets me build the well very easily. Elder's Daughter, though. So I could round 1, Elder's Daughter. Round 2, Businessman. Round 3, Master Huntsman. Then I build the fireplace on start player with my second move. The thing is, I do have Hewer as well, and I kind of want to play Hewer in round 3. So Hewer, Master Huntsman, Businessman feels like a little too much to do early. I'm going to take Well Builder here. The nice thing about Well Builder is I can play it and then use the minor action to build the Well Builder, get a boar, and then use the major improvement action to, like, upgrade my fireplace to a cooking hearth or whatever. So I think I will take Well Builder here. Not to mention there are a lot of good Well Builder miners that the Well Builder really likes. So I'm going to take Sheep Farmer here. I could actually seriously consider Wood Buyer in this game. This would really disrupt the wood economy. But Master Huntsman Hewer kind of gives me an amount of food that I think I could actually seriously consider playing Wood Buyer just to really disrupt my opponents. But I'll take Sheep Farmer here. Sheep Farmer is a solid card. Getting an extra sheep every time you take sheep is pretty solid. And then anytime you take 2 sheep, they become 3, which become actually 7 food. So you're really getting +3 food when you take it because you turn those 3 sheep into a boar and a cattle. And that's 7 food compared to 6 food with a cooking hearth. So +2 food or +3 food when you take sheep is pretty solid. And it gives you a way to get boar and cattle, which is not always the easiest thing to do. I kind of like Stockman here. I don't really think I want to play Old Miser. I'll take Stockman. Old Miser, I think, is interesting when you have a hand that doesn't have a lot of food, but it has the ability to build a big house. I have a lot of food in this hand. Master Huntsman is a lot of food. All right. Well, I like the backyard well. I like landing net. I like clay pit. I like farm stable. These are all my favorites. Large sun hat I don't really need in this hand. Fleece factory I don't really need. I think I'm leaning away from backyard well just because I do want to build major improvements. So I think leaning away from backyard well. Backyard well on the rebound would be great. Backyard well on the rebound would be amazing. But I mean, I'm going to get a really good card back out of this hand no matter what. I think with Hewer, clay pit, it gets quite a bit worse. I think with Hewer is I often want to be taking 3 clay when someone else is going to take 4 clay. So then the day labor action just gets a lot worse. And you know what? If someone else is day laboring and taking clay, then that's okay. Also, there's Joiner out there. If I am passing the Joiner clay pit, well, that's going to be really... Like, if Lumin second pick Joiner, and then I'm also passing him clay pit here, I mean, Lumin is probably going to kick my ass. with the Elder's Daughter, assuming he has any way to build major improvements. But let's hope that that's not the case, I think. So we could take landing net here. The thing about landing net is I don't really want to start player. I don't really want to start player in round one. I don't mind start player. I don't want to. I don't want to read stone food all that much in the first couple rounds. The first couple rounds for me look like they're about setting up. I think I want to play 4 occupations in round one. I think I want to play Master Huntsman, Hewer, Businessman, Well Builder, because in round 4, after collecting from Hewer round 3, I want to play Businessman and then start player, get a well, and get a major improvement, I think. I think I don't really want landing net in this hand. So I could take farm stable. I don't really have all that much wood in the hand. That's kind of... I was seriously considering wood buyer. I think I'm leaning more towards backyard well right now, honestly. Yeah, I think I'd maybe just take backyard well. This card is really nice. I really like backyard well. And it's more opportunities for you guys to put Play-Ag well in chat. All right, fruit tree is great. We've got hammock here. Hammock is okay. I think I'm taking fruit tree though. Kids corner is acceptable to get some breeding boar, but definitely I think I'm taking fruit tree here. Yeah. Don't really have an alms game. So I have no bonus cards yet, so bounty not looking so good. Lumin says, what am I supposed to do with this? I know, you're telling me. So we got Goblet here. So I do have Well Builder in hand, so we probably should just take Goblet. I wonder about Woodsaw. Woodsaw I can play on start player pretty easily with Businessman, and it saves me going on build a room. And I will like the major improvement. So like, you know, building rooms on with Woodsaw will be better than taking start player a lot of the time, or better than building a room a lot of the time. However, I think Goblet is probably too good to pass up. We might wheel Woodsaw, and Woodsaw would be a pretty solid wheel here. Take Goblet. Goblet into the well is just like too good to pass up on. Oh man, we got some pretty good cards here. Stonehouse Extension is very fun. I think I have a pretty hot... Well, you know what? Backyard Well certainly is high stone cost. The well I build for only 1 stone. And then otherwise I could just build clay major improvements. So I could take Stonehouse Extension here. I'd probably build 1 room. Maybe try for a clay room with clay plaster. Build a clay room and then try to reno and build a stone room with Stonehouse Extension. I haven't. You kind of want a Stonehouse payoff though, and I haven't really gotten there. It's like Hewer is a good one, but it's got to be better to build the stone room than to build the clay room, because the clay room you can do a lot easier, especially with clay plaster in hand, and even a wood room. Maybe I don't play clay plaster. Maybe I get 6 wood a couple times with Businessman, and although that's not going to be too likely because people will play around my Businessman, but. Beehive Oven is pretty good. I like Beehive Oven quite a bit. It did well for me in a recent game. We've got Clay Deposit here. Clay Deposit is very interesting to me. It's a way for me to get clay when I need to without taking clay without messing up the Hewer. I wouldn't mind if someone else played Clay Deposit though, because then that player is more incited to do it. They're asking how good are my cards. My cards are good. I could take Moldboard Plow here. I could take Stonehouse Extension. You know what? I'm going to take Stonehouse Extension. This card is really quite good on start player, which I like with Businessman, so. Lumin asked me, what am I supposed to do with this? And my response was, you're telling me. I've had some quite strong packs so far. I've passed some really good cards. So, whether I get the well or not is gonna be an interesting question. Um, yeah, the timing. How easily do I get occupations, right? So, all right. So if round one, let's say round one is Master Huntsman. Second action is two clay. Round two is businessman. Second action, start player. Um, I would want a free miner to play on start player, and then I would build the two clay fireplace. And then round three would be hewer. Second action, take three clay because probably four clay is getting taken, so I need to take three clay. So that hewer triggers in round four. So then round four, I could play well builder, but I wouldn't have a stone until the end of round four. So then I would have to be building the well in round five. So well builder could wait until round five theoretically. So that means a lot's going to depend on when Major Minor comes out and whether or not I get two clay. That's going to be very interesting to see. Because two clay versus four clay obviously makes a timing difference. Also, I don't really want to start building majors until, I have good uses for them. So again, the timing for Large Sunhead is going to be very difficult, so I think I'm not taking it here. The fact that no one else took it is interesting. Especially if Straw Thatched Hut comes back. I'll be very interested to see if Straw Thatched Hut comes back. I'm going to take Farm Stable here. With Stockman, I have a bit stronger reason than normal to build stables, so I might build a clay room. I might go to clay right away and skip out on building wood rooms and then build a couple stables. Thanks, Rylocran. Welcome. Were you guys watching, was Doe Academy streaming? How'd that game go? It's still going on? Yeah, it looks like he's just finishing up. I haven't put it in yet. Still watching. Playing a tournament game. Who looks likely to win? I haven't done that well in round two of the tournament, but I've just played more games than anyone else, so that's why I'm in second in the current seeding. Although a couple games have been played since then, so that will definitely drop me down. Yeah, I agree. Montu was saying it's been kind of a mess and not that fun to play, and I'm on board with him. But I kind of feel like if we start really dropping the ball with our feedback, then it's like, yeah, I don't know if that's helping keeping the site alive, is the fact that we do that we're like an external playtest, that the way that we are paid for the playtest is the ability to play at any time, and have the ability to play online. I'm not really sure. Chris does own 20. He owns a bunch of copies of the game. He owns a bunch of physical copies of the game and says, hey, if you want to borrow them, sure. And then I'll take this room offline, take one of the rooms offline. I don't really think I want OMS here. So Hammock is quite awkward. But maybe I get to 4 rooms with Stonehouse Extension and then I decide I want Hammock. Woodwork, I'm not just, yeah, I don't, Woodwork's just not worth playing. Let's take Hammock here. I probably won't even play Hammock, but maybe I will. We did get Woodsaw on the wheel, although Reed Exchange might be quite good for us. So I'm wondering if with this hand, I'm going to be in a position, like I think if I did try to build a clay room, then I would very likely be last to build. I would be very likely to be last to build if. So then Woodsaw would be pay 1 wood to get a build room action. And then I can also play a major and get Boar at the same time. And I'm start playering, so I'm guaranteeing myself family growth in the next round. So as much as I like Reed Exchange here, I'm taking Woodsaw. I will need Reed, of course, for renovating and stuff, but I'm going to take Woodsaw here. So we start third. So third's not too bad. Third, I'm very likely to get expensive occupation, although I'm not all that likely to get... although I'm not all that likely to get 2 clay back with sheep coming out round 1. I think someone else will take 2 clay. We might even see someone play like... I guess it would have to be Ranior that has Elder's Daughter. And you know what? He can't because he wouldn't have been able to second pick it. Because Coolala would have had the last opportunity to do so. So no occupation in round 1. That makes me sad. I'm seriously considering taking 2 clay here, but I think I will just take Reedstone Food. I will just take Reedstone Food. Whoops, I should actually add it to my farm. And then, yeah, Lumin doesn't mind 3 wood with his Raiding Maniac, because he can play all of his Raiding Maniac oxen starting in... he can play Raiding Maniac and still play all his ox like in round 4. So probably Raiding Maniac round 4, placing Reeve round 5, and something else. I don't know. What else did I pass him? Other good stuff. I passed him lots of good stuff. Lumen's going to have a very strong game. I'm going to have to have a very good game to counter it. And I have to have such a good game that me start playing a bunch doesn't help Lumen too much. Coolala taking the day labor there is great, because that makes my second action a lot better. I would have liked 2 clay, but 2 wood is acceptable. So now that now we're hoping Major Minor doesn't come till round 4, so that we can 4 clay in round 3, and then second action start player build with Businessman. That's what I'm hoping for. So a Reedstone Food 2 wood start is pretty good. I could just build a room. Maybe that's the correct play. Master Huntsman, Businessman don't have to come out in stage 1. I just kind of want them to because of Well Builder. Like if I don't build the well really early, then it's going to get built by someone else. And I also want Master Huntsman in play before I build the well. And if I'm going to build the well, I may as well do it with Businessman, and I could get the stone from Hewer. But I did get Reedstone Food round 1. So my round 2 could just simply be Well Builder into start player build the well. Or Well Builder into into Businessman, and then start round 3, Goblet plus the well. I could do that. Looks like we're getting occupation here. Rainier probably plays an Ock, and then I can play Ock. I would do that over 3 wood. Yeah, I could play Businessman here, and really upset the whole table with me playing Businessman. I mean, I'm not gonna play the well first. I'm not gonna play Well Builder first. I don't want to show that. I want to slow play the Well Builder as much as I can. Maybe the stone gets evenly divided between the other players, and then I would have time to pull that off. Ooh, Fisherman's Apprentice here. That's a good one for the tutor. Really good card for the tutor. So I'm going to go ahead and play Businessman here. I complain about this card a lot. Hopefully I can use it properly. Lumin did start player landing net. Alright. That's fine. Start player 2 rounds in a row. Boo! So if Major Minor doesn't come out round 3, then I can I could build the 2 clay fireplace. However, if Major Minor comes in round 3, then probably the me taking 2 clay is a bad move. Ranior just took 4 clay. Well, you know what? I'm going to take 2 clay here because then I can maybe play Hewer in round 3. Maybe then I can take Hewer in round 3. And also this threatens me to first action build the fireplace. So Ranior has to first action cooking hearth if he wants it. Yeah, no cooking hearth. Beautiful. So first action, I think first action start player. And then I play Goblet and the 2 clay fireplace. Now I don't get a boar from the 2 clay fireplace, but and then my second move could be Hewer. Yeah. Second move Hewer. Seems reasonable. Ranior has Reeve. Wow, Reeve got all the way to Ranior. Whoops. I said that in alt chat. That was supposed to be in direct chat to Lumin. Whoops. %92 exactly. Come see, come saw. Yep. Whoops. I meant to direct message Lumin. I didn't mean to say that to the whole table. Oh well. I don't want to like reveal anything about Writing Maniac before it comes out, right? I'm pretty sure Lumin still took Writing Maniac. I'm pretty sure we're still going to see Writing Maniac come out for Lumin. Because, you know, one of the reasons that he pushes out Landing Net so hard here is that Landing Net gets him the extra food for him to play occupations efficiently. So I'm quite sure we're still seeing Writing Maniac. Man, first move, start player. Oh my goodness, I hate this game. Why do I play this game? Why do I play this game? Alright, well, we get 4 wood here. We get 4 wood into Reedstone food next round, so. Boo. I get it. I get why he did it. Because he wants to get that first fireplace. Is Lumin streaming right now? I didn't even check. Sometimes he doesn't stream on the weekends. Lumin has school lunch lady. Yeah, so does he not also have Writing Maniac? I don't know. Fence 6? Do I need to fence 6, Gray? I mean, holding the boar is great. Or holding the sheep is great. But I feel like I don't really need to breed them. Like, I mostly just want them for food. I just want the fireplace for the food, right? And I want to start playing major improvements. Like, I keep getting delayed. I'll play expensive... I think I play expensive occupation Hewer here. I should first action Reedstone food next round. It prevents Lumin from Reedstone fooding. I want to keep Lumin from getting 3 stone as long as possible. Because I still am hoping to play Well Builder. If I don't play Well Builder though, if I Hewer collect this round and Reedstone Food next round, I can just major improvement. Yeah, it is just as thought. No, you're right. It's a way for me to steal those sheep, right? And me build it, get major miner can't really be blocked for me. So I'm gonna play Hewer here and then just get a stone right away. Honestly, I'm going to come out of this being able to build a wood room and also build the well, although well plus goblet is too much wood. So I do still need a good wood action, but Ranior builds the cooking hearth. That makes me sad. That makes me sad. That's okay. Reedstone Food makes me glad. All right, so second action. No, I don't really want a second action major miner. If I know that I'm going to get food from Hewer. Hewer is work phase? Or is Hewer round? I have to double check. Hewer is round. So Hewer triggers after the harvest. So I actually can't feed with Hewer. Start player Goblet Well seems better than Major. Oh yeah, sorry. I'm not sure what I was talking about. It seems better than playing Well Builder. I would agree with that for sure. I guess I was thinking about maybe playing Master Huntsman before I built the well. That was appealing to me. But playing the well, playing Goblet Well here feeds me, makes my feeding like ridiculously easy for the next while. Wow, Coolala has Writing Maniac. I was like 92% sure that Lumin had taken Writing Maniac. Lumin instead took School Lunch Lady, and now Coolala's got Writing Maniac. So what did Lumin first pick, guys? What did Lumin first pick that made him take School Lunch Lady over Writing Maniac? Maybe I was... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he could have first picked. 8% huge margin of error. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to start player here. If I could collect the Hewer bonus, that would be great. Oh, I could just build a room. I could just build the first room here. Now, you know what? I'm going to start player. Because you know what? If Koala builds the first room and then Lumin gets Reedstone Food, I'm going to be forced to major miner build the well. So let's build the well here. And I'm pretty much guaranteed a good wood action next round. Or to be able to continue to go for building, so. Then I feed 4, and I maybe get a food and a stone from Hewer. I'm not sure. Is Lumin going to sow his grain? Lumin took Reed. And then Coolala maybe builds a room. No, Coolala doesn't have to build because I can't build. So Coolala can safely not build and do something else. Maybe day labor, maybe 4 food traveling players that has a wood on it. Yes, look at all those beautiful wells. And you know what? I'm going to build the backyard well too. Nice. FS Hewer. And I get 6 wood. I get 6 wood. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Well, I hated this start, but now I love this start because 6 wood. And I don't mind that I lost the boron well because I got 6 food out of it this early. You don't have that emote? Oh, the backyard well. You don't have a backyard well emote? Oh, I'm sorry. We just need 1 million more subscriber points and then I'll add the backyard well. Koala plays Master of None. I was so sure that Lumin took Writing Maniac and was going to play Reeve here in round 5. I'm really curious about what his first pick was. What was his first pick? I wanted to say like bargaining baker or something, but no, you don't need. He doesn't need school lunch lady with bargaining baker. What did he need? School lunch lady. He wanted school lunch lady to really reliably give him a lot of grain. So his first pick was something that wanted a lot of grain but didn't necessarily provide it itself. 6 clay here is amazing for businessman. Yeah. Or I could build another major improve. I could play another occupation. I'll take 6 clay here. Hello, Montu. Hope your well went way. Hope your game went well. Um, yeah. So Lumin took Sunday school ahead of Writing Maniac and Well Builder and Well Build Sunday school lunch lady over Well Builder is not that surprising, but he took it. The hand also had Elder's Daughter in it. Um, so I'm trying to understand what Lumen's doing here, and I'm really not sure what it is. Also, Woodsaw looks like it's dead. I didn't expect to get. I mean, I expected the Awk round one, so then getting Reedstone Food a couple times in stage one made a big difference on my ability to build rooms. Lunch Lady is comparable in power to Writing Maniac. You think so? Hmm. I think. I don't know if we had seen Reeve already. I don't remember exactly. I think Reeve was the pile after Writing Maniac, so Lumen would not have seen it. I think school. I would rank Writing Maniac higher than School Lunch Lady. I think there are a lot of ways of getting grain in this set. Is it really? I would imagine it's drafted lower than. Yeah, I would imagine it's drafted like 3-4 or something. Lunch Lady's like probably 2.2, 2.3. Ranier's got Animal Pen. I mean, Animal Pen's pretty good for me. Not that Lumen was going to major start player, but it lets me build a room if round 6 is family growth, so. So it's Reno. Hmm. Well, if I first move, take 2 read, is Lumen can first action build. Lumen wouldn't mind stable blocking me. Rainier's taking the 2 read. Okay, so that means Rainier might be able to set up build in round 7. So I feel like I should build here so that I can stable block Rainier next round. If I need to. And you know what? I'm really happy to sit on start players. So both those things are great for me. I'm not going to build stables yet. I'm not really sure if I'm going to play. I'm not really sure if I'm going to play Stockman or not. But if I am going to build stables, I want to do it when Stockman's out. Also, I don't want to take away my ability to stable block. So just build a wood room here. Lumen's building the clay oven here. Yeah, you would rate Rating Mania card as well. Yeah, so that's why I'm trying to think what's his first pick, right? Because I would imagine, Gray, that his first pick probably tilted him one way or the other. So I'm trying to figure out what was that first pick. What tipped the scales here? Did he first pick Head of the Family? Is Lumen going to play Head of the Family second move and then round 7 build and grow? Or did he take something like Ninja and he's going to build first action round 7, second action Ninja onto family growth? Could be. Could be Head of the Family. I mean, Head of the Family would be good in this situation. Is Head of the Family a reason to take School Lunch Lady over Writing Maniac? Maybe. Chess player, yeah, chess player ahead of Reeve was weird for sure. I really like Reeve. Guess I should play an occupation here. This feels like a good time to play an occupation. Play Master Huntsman. Would like to Wood Police, but also taking Reed for potential Clay Reno is not bad. But I'm not going to want to Clay Reno until Master Huntsman's in play, so I don't mind showing it here. Oh, and I get a boar. Whoops. I always forget about that part. So this gives me the ability to play Fruit Tree as a free miner. I think we're looking pretty likely to play Hammock in this game. The question is just what's our second room? What does our fourth room look like? Is it likely that we get up to stone and have enough stone to Stonehouse extend? Probably not. However, we don't mind repeated major actions on Reno. It just would require a lot of work. So Joiner and Clay Pit did end up together. I did mention that as a potentially strong combination. And Coolala's gone to town on it so far. Coolala's playing Bounty. So we didn't really pass a whole lot of endgame bonus point cards. So I wonder if Coolala's looking at the guilds quite highly with all of the resources that he's generating from his clay pit. For example, pottery will be really good for him. Joinery might also be good. And you know what? If you buy 2 vegetables with bounty, that's enough. I don't think you need too much more than that. Wheedler here. So now day labor is 3 food, 3 clay, and a wood. Yeah, guilds are quite good. Yeah, I agree. And then with bounty, they're even better. So yeah, you really just need to get... I think bounty at 1 vegetable, it's quite expensive. You're paying 2 wood and a food for a vegetable. Or is it 2 food from bounty? I don't remember. 1 food. Yeah, but 2 vegetables, 2 wood and 2 food for 2 vegetables is quite good. Because then you sow those 2 vegetables and max your points, so... I do not mind start playing at all. After all, I am a very good businessman. Play Fruit Tree. And then I will play Cooking Hearth. Or no, should I Fireplace? Yeah, you know what? I like doing the upgrade. And I don't really care about the 1 food difference. So let's save the clay and do the cheaper one for now. Also, looks like I should get a FS round 7. Plus FS end of round 6. So I build the fireplace and then I get eat 1 boar for 2 food. So I could have set up a breeding pair of boar here if I'd built 2 stables. But then I wouldn't have been able to stable block, so yeah. 2 vegetables, it's basically greenhouse. And you know what? I think it's better than greenhouse because greenhouse is sometimes awkward. Sometimes the timing on greenhouse was quite awkward. Having to play it in like round 6 on on start player. You know, you needed that seventh wood. No timing restriction is nice. Yeah. Well, to be fair, there is a timing restriction. You have to play bounty before you play the things that have the bonus point symbols, but that's a much looser restriction. Put it that way. So I'm kind of liking the idea of building a clay room here and then playing hammock to continue the family growth train. All aboard! Woo! Second action here should set up my improvement on family growth, which will be backyard well. So I don't have to set anything up. I already have the resources for it. So I could take 5 clay here. I do need I need a 3 reed action to be able to build another room, so I can't get that until round 9. 3 stone. 3 stone gives me the option of potentially going up to a stone house and then stone house extending. Stone house extending would be very fun. Don't know if it's the most reliable thing to do here because after... So I would need another 3 stone on top of this, and none of it... And reedstone food would not be enough. I'd have reedstone food twice would not be enough because I'm going to spend all my stone with backyard well. 3 stone, yeah, 3 stone would set up for stone house extension. Yeah. Thing is, I would need, then I'd reedstone food twice. Then I would have to do 1 more stone action. Now compare that with playing clay plasterer, Reno cooking hearth improvement. Clay plaster depends on me getting 3 reed or reedstone food and 2 reed. More likely 2 reed reedstone food. Stonehouse extension would be fun. The family growth queue might still be contested at times, so the ability to start player Stonehouse extension is very appealing. I can take 3 stone here and decide later. Oh, I might get a stone from Hewer. Yes. I totally forgot about Hewer. Thank you, Gray. Yes. I thought about Hewer, and then I looked over at your message and was like, oh yeah, Hewer. You're right. So yeah, reedstone food twice. I like that. Oh, it's my turn again. That's the problem with having chat. So chat's over here, and the game's over here. And I would like those 2 things to be closer, so I don't have to look away from the game so much. Oh, whoops. I'll actually do my action. I should do my action. That seems like a good idea. FS, and I get the Hewer stone right away, literally right away. More wells. Backyard well, yeah. Backyard well. Lumin start player Beehive Oven. Beehive Oven is so... I love Beehive Oven. That's another reason I love playing G-Deck. Beehive Oven is one of those cards that it's so easy and nice, and it fits really nicely into baking games. I love it. Back well yard. Well, my draft was like pretty difficult, and I'm still not sure I played it correctly. This might be an interesting one to write up and put on the forum and see what people have to comment on it. I'm not sure what the right decision was still. Ranior plays Plow Deal Maker. Oh, from Fisherman's Apprentice triggering, and he is going to build some stables. So Ranior is deciding to stable block there. Okay, well there's 6 clay available, so 6 clay is quite appealing. It doesn't seem like there's any way Hewer doesn't trigger this round. It seems like Lumin should probably take the 6 clay. And Coolala, I think, is also interested in the 6 clay. So I could take Reedstone Food here. If Hewer will trigger round 9, I could take 2 Reed. If Hewer triggers round 9, I can take 2 Reed. And then 2 Stone? No. I think Reedstone Food twice is fine. Or I could just take 6 Clay. 6 Clay lets me build the pottery. But the 6 Clay... I'm not sure what I should be doing here. Start player Stonehouse extension seems nice. Reedstone Food. As much as I would like to take the 6 Clay, I don't want to necessarily build the pottery. I want my stone right now to go towards Stonehouse extension. I can think about the pottery after I've gotten enough stone for Stonehouse extension. Looks like Hewer should probably trigger in round 9 anyways, so... Oh, Lumin is playing Guest Room. Alright. Alright. It's a pretty late Guest Room. A bit of an unusual one. Sid says clever. I don't know. Feel like he could have played it earlier. And Coolala is plowing. Wow, are these guys going to ignore Clay? I feel like one player is going to take 6 Clay and then there's going to be 7 Clay available. And that's going to irritate me because both 6 Clay actions should be taken here. Unemployed Well Builder. Yeah, Well Builder, you know. It wasn't worth putting the energy into play Well Builder. Koala says Ranior keeps feeding me. Yeah. Everyone's getting along nicely, put it that way. Lots of resources available on the board. A lot of resources. And then Ranior takes the sheep. So if Koolala doesn't take the clay here... Yep. Koolala is playing Birdcage. Koolala is not taking clay. Pretty sure I fed. Yeah. Yeah, remove 4. Yep. Plus FS Hewer. Koala's playing Country Doctor. Interesting. I could take 3 Reed here. 3 Reed leads to the Basket Maker's Workshop. This Hewer is disgusting. Yeah, I don't know. 6 Clay is not good. 6 Clay is bad, apparently. So, Coolala Country Doctor, that makes me feel quite good about this Stonehouse extension because it's going to guarantee me the family growth in the round that I build it the round after I build, so that's pretty great. Coolala still needs one more good. He's one good short. Why isn't Sid on this chat? I don't know. He's hanging out with Lumin, maybe. Like, he's telling Lumin what to do instead of telling me what to do. I need 2 Reed for the Stonehouse. Oh, of course. Of course. My math is wrong. I need 3 Reed total. Yep. My math is totally wrong. So yeah, I'll first action take 3 Reed here. I am being Dumbo right now. Why does nobody needs? I guess Beehive Oven, School Lunch Lady is feeding Lumin. Koolala's getting fed from taking day labor and fishing. His Wheedler plus his the food from Ranior. Yeah, I will definitely first move take 3 Reed if it's there. Oh, someone asked about saying that I was saying get out of my corner when Lumin said in the video, like, here are the corners that people are supposed to go in. I want to be clear. I'm joking when I talk about that. Like, I'm joking when I talk about, like, what's my corner and what's not. Like, I just am being a creature of habit saying when I host games, I like to have the top left. That's all. It's not a big deal. I'm just joking about it. And I'm sorry if it came off like I wasn't, so. So Reno 3 clay fireplace. I will definitely do that. Could take 7 clay. 7 clay seems like an okay action. Could also take 4 wood. 4 wood is quite a good action. Leaving start player last move available is something. Not really sure what I should be doing. There's lots to do still. Lots to do. So coolala does have clay deposit. I figured that was out there somewhere. And Lumin finally took the clay. Alright. That's fine. That means I probably don't build the pottery, but I'm okay with that. I am a-okay with that. Ranior Family Growth Cooking Corner. Turning his cooking earth into a cooking corner. Kind of dangerous with Alder's daughter around. Maybe they're giving up. Maybe they're just giving it up to me because I'm gonna build every single major improvement. No, I'm not gonna build every major improvement. So Reno's safe, so we'll take 4 wood here. And no particular. I don't need to play Clay Plaster. Clay Plaster is functionally a 2 clay action at this point, so I could consider Stockman still because I do have Farm Stable in hand. And the nice thing about Stockman is it gets me my 1 sheep for hammock, so that's quite appealing. Clay Deposit ruins Hewer. Doesn't it make it better? Because the clay deposit makes it so, like, it is there something I'm missing? Take clay from an action space. Oh, yes. It's not if these 2 were untaken. It's if no one took clay. Oh, okay. I see. I see. I see. Yes. That's too bad. Oh, well, it had a pretty good round, eh? It had a pretty good run. We definitely cannot complain about the value I got out of Hewer. Get a boar, which is another 2 food. And feed 6. I could have played Woodbuyer in this game, which is kind of crazy. Nobody wanted clay, so maybe they'll ignore deposit too. Yeah, yeah, hopefully. And interestingly, Coolala can take clay deposit, but not take clay, so he can go and get bonus points. So if he does that, I don't mind. So Coolala start player Driftwood. If I first move take 4 wood, I could definitely consider Stockman for 4 stables. Feels like with Rainier's Plow Deal Maker, there should be a way. There should be a path for me filling up my farm with 4 rooms, and I should be able to get enough stables that I fill up reasonably well, even if I. Yeah, I think so. There's 3 stone available, which is kind of funny. Lumin says he's screwed. Thing is, I don't really want to start player with this action. I think I can let Lumin start player. He's maybe remembering Stonehouse extension. Thing is, I don't really have a miner. I don't really have a miner to start player with. Although the board's not that great, so start player into Reno is my best option by quite a bit. Yeah. Although, you know what? This doesn't let me play Hammock on Family Growth ever. Although I could play Hammock with start player, like getting onto a plow sow action. Oh. Oh, really? After I play the minor improvement. I missed that. So I need a -3 food. Whoops. I'll play Stockman here. You have to play minor to play major. I forgot that about businessman. I was thinking that it's like overachiever, where you just get the extra one, but that's not how that works. My bad. That's okay. I don't honestly. I like playing minors. I'm not in a super big hurry to play Stonehouse extension. I'll just Reno Cooking Hearth later, and then I can start player Stonehouse extension round 11. And I also will have stables at that point as well. So, you know what? I kind of like building 4 stables here because then when I get a boar from upgrading to a cooking hearth, then I actually get the I can hold a breeding pair of boar, which is nice because I'm at 12 food, so clearly I don't need to be eating them right now. I can let them start breeding. Plus H O A. Let's put the cattle in the house, put the boar over here. So I need another wood grab so that I can play Hammock. Ideally, I'd like to play Hammock on Family Growth because I'm probably going to start player Farm Stable, Major Farm Stable, and another Cooking Hearth upgrade. Man, if someone had Charcoal Burner this game or Hill Bandit, this would have been a monstrous game for either of those 2 cards. So it's funny that with Elder's Daughter in the game, and it kind of got all the way around, Coolala and Ranior have 0 played major improvements so far. Of course, Ranior did build 1, but then he turned it into the cooking corner. Coolala, I expect, will start playing some guilds, but so I actually get to keep the boar now, which is appealing. And then we put back the 3 clay fireplace. Cooking corner return or discard? It's return, yeah. Yeah, so it makes it available for other players to build. Lumin plays Remodeler. So that means Lumin could start player to guarantee family growth around 12. I get a food and a stone from Hewer here. Does Madonna statue discard majors? Madonna statue says remove, doesn't it? I think Madonna statue. I'm not sure. I don't remember how that interacts. And Madonna statue certainly is a card that causes a lot of problems. Yeah, I'm not sure either. Never seen. Yeah, well, yeah. It's not usually good to return a 1-point miner to play Madonna statue. That's not your goal, but sometimes you do. Sometimes it happens. Kalala took the 4 wood. I would have liked that 4 wood action. Certainly I would like to start getting on the plow 1 field space. If I could plow each round for the rest of the game, that would be nice. Somehow I doubt that's going to happen. Ranior doesn't need to plow, really. And we do know moldboard plow is out there, but moldboard plow has to go on the plow 1 field space. Moldboard plow can't use the other ones, so. Yeah, we'll Stonehouse extend here. And then we may as well play the other cooking hearth. Get another boar. Return the 2 clay fireplace. Additional miner or a major. Maybe I just play farm stable here. You know what? I'm going to have more majors to build, so holding on to farm stable might be a good idea. Madonna returns the major. Cool. The original print rule requires you to flip over the majors board when there is only. Yeah, yeah. That you know what? And I don't know how many people actually use that function, but I do remember that it was two-sided, and then the other side showed all the scoring categories. That was interesting. That was kind of interesting design. Although most of the time you want to see the scoring category, you want to know the scoring categories like over the course of the whole game. But specifically, they were like, we're going to highlight them here at the end of the game for you so you can make interesting decisions in the late rounds. Claude took wood again. So getting enough wood at the end of the game is probably going to be a struggle. I get 2 food from Ranior. Lumin's going to build the stone oven. So Lumin's got 3 major improvements, and he can reno and build the 2 clay fireplace. Seems unnecessary when there are cards. Yeah, I like those. I liked having those cards that you would have in your hand. Although they weren't the most intuitive, they had a lot of text. Like, I feel like if those scoring cards were designed today, they would have a very different layout. Like, especially for the round cards that things could come out in. Oh yeah, I gotta pass Stonehouse Extension. Why does he get plus FF for stables? Oh, architect. Right, that's what he's saying. Yeah, like I feel like you could have had a picture of the sheep, and like you could have had a picture, but so bake is not as obvious. So, but you know, in the scoring guide, you could have definitely had a picture of the sheep instead of like sheep or whatever. Those were not always the most. Those were. I don't think those were the most intuitive. At least in my experience, people had problems with them. So I could take clay at the end of the round here. There's also reed available. I could build the basket maker's workshop. So if I take reed, yeah, no, pottery's gone. So I could take reed here and build the basket maker's workshop. Because it looks like Hewer's going to trigger again, so 2 reed seems like a fine play. Also, I could take vegetable. Although I can't really plow sow because liminal family growth if I plow sow. You know what? The vegetable's gone. So that made my decision rather easy. So I just need coolala to not take clay here from clay deposit, really. So I'm going to eat a boar and 3 food and have 17 food. Man, I should have taken wood. I don't remember what Woodbuyer was. Woodbuyer in the pack with Sheep Farmer. I actually could have played Woodbuyer this game. You get to play the buyers so infrequently. Like, it's so infrequent that they're good. This game Woodbuyers would have actually been good for me. As I sit on start player, I can suck out everybody's wood. And then I feed 3 food and a boar. Go ahead and play farm stable here. Just ignore the buyers, way to ignore. I know, I normally do too, but wood buyer I think is the strongest of all of them. And also, I have a lot of wood here. So I have a lot of food here. I would very much like to be able to turn 10 food into 10 wood. Food is monopoly money. There is a lot of it. So I'm going to get up to 4 major improvements. So 4 major improvements should be enough to win Elder's Daughter. I might end up tying with someone who builds the 2 cheap fireplaces, but I'm not too worried about that. I could plow again here. I kind of like plow even better than taking 3 wood. Actually, here's a question. What's Ranior going to do? Is Ranior going to family growth or is Ranior going to plow sow? I could set myself up for a decent plow sow action by taking 3 wood and then vegetable and then grain. Or not taking 3 wood, I would take vegetable and then grain. I'll take 3 wood though. I do need wood. Or am I supposed to start player in the last first move in the round 13? Start player hammock, basket maker's workshop. Yeah, it looks like I'm not getting in, I'm not getting there on Reeve. Yeah, this game unfortunately didn't end up coming together for me. I mean, I guess I got to do what I wanted to do. Maybe the plan was just never that good to begin with. I have 19 food. I have too much food. Why? Like, yeah, this is. I need a food payoff, and I passed wood buyer, which would have been a food payoff for me. Oh man. Oh well, that happens. I'll take vegetable here in case I get past plow sow. I will first move plow sow instead of start player. I can start player with a later move. Or start player in round 14. No one else can basket maker's workshop, so. I do have a solid improvement score. There are pluses to my game. I think my fencing is just going to be too incomplete. I need like another 8 wood for this game to be okay, and I'm probably only going to get 6. You know, 8 wood. I need more than 8 wood. I need another like 11 wood. 11 wood is enough for me to fence 10 and play hammock, which is not great, but it's probably good enough. Probably good enough with the improvement score, the really good improvement score that I have. Ranior, I mean, Rainier's got a nice tutor over there. He's also got the Reeve bonus. Like, the thing is, all the players have the Reeve bonus, but I have the Elder's Daughter bonus, so that cancels that out. So it comes down to, I do have a nice 4-room stone house, which is nice. I'll get to 5 family members, which is nice. My feeding has been a breeze. I'm probably not going to end with any negatives, unless it's empty spaces. Probably not going to end with any negatives. So, yeah, I mean, game's going okay. Diamond mine here for coolala. This is probably on Reno. Ranior says, I finally get why Hero can be rated so highly. I just did, thank you. It's one of my favorites. Instead of playing Hammock, I should build a stone room. The problem with building a stone room is the way I've laid out my farm is bad. I laid out my farm as if I was going to do 4 rooms. So if I build a stone room, I can't plow any more fields. But I could, I should Basket Maker's Workshop. I want the Elder's Daughter bonus. And I probably want to win it outright. I don't want to be competing. Oh, man, Stone Room. The fact that I don't have to play Hammock, though. I mean, I'm not like. It doesn't look like I have a chance to play Hammock, anyways. Unless I play it on Family Growth. Ranior played an occupation here. He played Gardener. I'll announce it for him because I'm a nice guy. I'll take the 4 wood. I don't need to. I could maybe build a stone room. Build a stone room and then Family Growth. I mean, if let's say Lumin plows here, if coolala first move plow sows, then I will have the option of plowing in round 14, which will be good because I mean plows mean I don't have to take it covers spaces that wood I would normally need wood for. Am I taking 3 wood here? I guess I'm taking 3 wood. Do I have to fence this round? Lumin can reno fence. Coolala can regular fence, but Coolala will first action plow. Ranior could take wood and then fence, sure. Hard to imagine that Coolala will fence 2 when joinery is available. Yeah, pretty sure. But it would be a risk for sure. If Coolala thinks that I'm winning, then Coolala could block my fence in the last round. Or Lumin could. No, Lumin just fenced. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so I can probably plow with this last move. I guess I probably don't play Hammock. Hammock gives me a Family Growth action, which is 3 points, but it takes away a sheep. Well, it does give me 2 points. It's probably just better to play the Basket Maker's Workshop. Coolala playing Braid Maker here. I think he's just playing it to play it, but if Coolala takes Reedstone Food, then he can build the Basket Maker's Workshop. That would mean that I should build a stone room in that case. Maybe I should just build the Basket Maker's Workshop with this action. No, I don't need to. Let's plow. I need to plow whenever I can. Feed 10. Harvest. No, not feed 10. I said, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good about not taking wood buyer. Oh, man. I mean, I'm going to get there on... I'm probably going to get there. I'm going to have okay fencing. But you know, I'm not going to be able to take pairs of animals or anything, so... Yeah. Oh, well. Koala did not take reed. Good. Good. Well, I go into round 14 with oh, did he plow? I said plow. Yeah, he didn't tell me that he was gonna feed me. So I go into round 14 with 19 food. Plus, I have a very likely 3 food from Basket Maker's Workshop available. Plus another boar proc. So it'd be great if I could fence before building the Basket Maker's Workshop, because then it gives me the capacity to hold the animal and then get up to 5 boar. Fingers crossed. So I'm hoping I can first move take three wood. 3 wood, fence, Basket Maker's Workshop, plow, or grain as my 4 actions. That seems like that's what we're lining up for. It's a little risky because Koala might do the math and decide to block us, but hopefully he's tempted by 3 boar or 1 cattle. Alternative good moves. Claus says he can fence. Yeah. I mean, if you can fence and still win, go for it. He's going to play the joinery. Okay, so for me actually to play the Basket Maker's Workshop, I need the major improvement from Start Player. So that means I have to play a miner. So that means I have to play Woodsaw or Hammock. There's grain, there's plow. Those are 2-point actions for me. Fencing is safe. Oh, you know, what am I saying? I want to fence because I need to be able to hold the boar. I am dumb. And I can only fence 12. I have to leave 1 wood behind. Yes, we have a couple 2-point actions remaining to us, so I think I play my Basket Maker's Workshop here. Getting a boar. All right. So, point from Farm Stable, 3 points from Elder's Daughter, and then no other bonuses. Mason for Lumin. So we finally found out what his first pick occupation was. Mason. So Lumin first picked Mason, maybe thinking that. So then why did he take School Lunch Lady and then Chess Player? Chess Player because he planned to take Stone a bunch of times? 6 food fish looks good. Yeah. Yeah, clearly that's what I need, right? Oh, Sunday work Reno. That's fun. Ranier's going to double Reno here. But we've all lost to Coolala. Coolala had the easiest game. Rating Maniac is really good. And also he got the Clay Pit Joiner interaction. So even though none of his cards are particularly good, he grew first, and then he grew also pretty early again. He grew first and fourth, was it? Because he jumped in front of Lumin, and Lumin played guest room in that round. Oh, past field. Oh, I wanted field. Take a green here. All right, here is my final farm. So 46, I end up with around 50. I think Kulala's at like 55, so not going to be enough. Not really close. Shakes fist, yeah, that's right. We'll shake our fist at Lumin. We'll blame Lumin for passing on these good cards. Yeah, so Kulala's at 45 plus Birdcage 4 plus 4 plus 3. So Kulala's probably sitting around, yeah, 56, 57. Yeah. Ranior, you know what? Ranior ended up with a very respectable score. It looks like Ranior beat me too, which I'm quite surprised by. Yeah, Ranior scored 56. He beat me big. Jeez. Yeah, this game was not good for the big house people. Points. Oh, sure. Yeah, so I got 56 here plus 4. Or 46 plus 4. Lumin. Looks like Lumin's at 42. Coolala. So 46-point farm, and then Birdcage, and Reeve, and Driftwood, and Country Doctor. Yeah, 59 for Coolala. And then Ranior. Have to refresh so it shows their family member. The score with the family members 46 plus, lots of points. So yeah, Coolala wins big, wins by 3. Yeah, so Birdcage isn't a good card. No, yeah, I don't think so. Although in this there was too much going on. I don't know if we got the right cards out of the draft. I don't know if I got enough right cards out of the draft, yeah. Yeah, Koala and Rainier really fed each other. Yes, they did do that, that's for sure. Yeah. Lumin, I feel like Lumin's game plan was a little weird. Lumin says his first pack was so bad outside of Mason, so I guess he didn't think he was going to get good cards. My minor pack was really awesome. Yeah, my minor pack was really awesome. Let's take a look at the draft. All right, let's take a look. There's still some discussion going on in chat, so I'm sorry. I'm chatting with Lumin and Ranior. So Ranier's saying he first picked Fisherman, then he was surprised that Reeve got back, and yeah, Reeve probably should not have got back to the other one. Lumin said he picked Driftwood, or he passed Driftwood in favor of Guest Room. I would have really liked Guest Room. Guest Room would have been like the perfect card for me. Guest Room would have been the perfect minor. Oh man. Can you imagine me with Guest Room? Uh, 348737. Let's take a look. So I first picked Master. Wow. Wow. School Lunch Lady's stats must have gone quite a bit. I feel like they've gone up. I'm really surprised by this. Huh. I wonder if it's a meta thing. I'm really surprised to see School Lunch Lady ahead of Writing Maniac and Master Huntsman. I definitely would have placed School Lunch Lady behind. And she's drafted higher, too. Wow. That's quite an eye-opener. Being better with G6-7 meta makes sense. Yeah, I guess I don't really rate it that highly in G4-5. Maybe G6... Yeah, maybe G6-7, she's even better. That would make a lot of sense. I feel like with G7... I haven't played a lot of G7, but I feel like... Yeah, like, Reeve got played, and it's like, oh, everyone's going to play 7 occupations, and it's going to be totally fine because your occupations are so good. It was 3.5 in G4-5. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, because that's what I pegged it at. I pegged it at, like, at 3... I think I said 3.4, 3.5. We were talking about it in the chat. Yeah. Yeah. And then I second picked Hewer. Hewer at 4.7 is kind of hilarious. I think people are still underestimating this card. I really like Hewer. And of course, with Elder's Daughter, I know I'm Hewer. The stone from Hewer gets even more valuable. So this pick, I'm not really sure about. I'm not really sure if Businessman is correct here. I take businessman because I know I'm gonna want to build a lot of major improvements, and businessman is just gonna make it pretty good for me to do that. I would have much rather the card like overachiever here, or what else would have been good? Something else that let me play majors. Cocotte. If I got Cocotte, then I could have played taking clay pit. I'm looking for ways to play majors, and businessman is not the best, but yeah. Clay plaster. Yeah, this pick doesn't really matter. This was Lumin's opening pack, which was quite weak. Then I got Well Builder back here. Didn't end up playing Well Builder. Um, Maybe Well Builder is not correct because of Hewer. I mean, I'm not expecting to get Reedstone Food 2 times in stage 1. Getting Reedstone Food 2 times in stage 1 was not my plan. My plan was to play a bunch of occupations. So Well Builder was going to be one of them. I figured get the Hewer stone and then play it, and then build it. But yeah, Sheep Farmer I didn't end up playing. Didn't end up have. I needed capacity for animals. Honestly, I should have played Woodbuyer. Where was Woodbuyer? Where was Woodbuyer? Woodbuyer was in the same pack with Sheep Farmer. Man, I wish I had taken Woodbuyer. I ended the game with 11 food plus 3 food from Reed. So I ended the game with 14 food. So if I have 14 wood instead, I mean, it doesn't directly translate into a lot of points, but it means that I can hold more pairs of animals. I'm taking the wood away from my opponents, which is slowing them down. And all my opponents had pretty good feeding, so yeah, I think Sheep Farmer would have been pretty good here instead of or sorry, Woodbuyer would have been pretty good instead of Sheep Farmer. Although ironically, if I take Woodbuyer, I will actually be able to use Sheep Farmer. Yeah, if I fence a lot earlier, way more points. Yeah, I ate so many boar at 2 food that when I didn't need food at all, like yeah, yeah, yeah. Woodbuyer would have been quite good for me. I should have taken it. I thought about it, but then I was sort of like, oh, I always complain about the buyers. I have a lot of food in my hand, but do I have that much food? Like, I have games where I think I'll have a lot of food, and then I don't actually have a lot of food. This game, I thought I had a lot of food, and I actually had a lot of food. All right. I'm not sure if Backyard Well is correct here. So my thinking was, I want someone else to have Clay Pit. It makes them less likely to take my clay actions for Hewer. Because I know that I'm not really going to want to use Clay Pit because I'm going to be taking Clay when to enable Hewer. I know that I'm passing it to Joiner, very likely passing it to Joiner, which is dangerous. So I figured I thought Lumin probably has Raiding Maniac, and I thought Lumin might have got. Could Lumin have had Joiner? Did I pass Joiner twice? I did not pass Joiner twice. So that means it's not Lumin that has Joiner most likely. So then I'm giving Lumin the choice Clay Pit or Landing, like pass Clay Pit along or take Landing Net. And passing Landing Net is always really dangerous because again it makes you go last in stage 1, which I did not want to really do with this hand, but that's okay. Fruit Tree, pretty slam dunk pick. Goblet was quite good. Surprising we didn't get a Straw Thatched Hut game. You're done picking Landing Net. Yeah, yeah. I think Landing Net is really good with cards like. Well, I mean, there are not too many cards that are not good with Patroness. I really like Landing Net with Patroness, but yeah, Reedstone Food. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, KWF minute. That's right. You just don't need it. Yeah, it's one of those things where it was one of the best miners in EIK WF, but yeah. Otherwise, it wasn't enough. Yeah, I tend to agree. We're going to see the stats keep going down on Landing Net. It makes your stage 1 too awkward as well. Like, Reedstone Food's a good action, but it requires a lot of work to get there. Fruit Tree, pretty slam dunk pick. So Goblet here. Yeah, I think Goblet is pretty reasonable. It overlaps with my Woodbuyer, or with my Well Builder, but I have Businessman. Goblet is a pretty easy pick. Stonehouse Extension. So this could have maybe been Moldboard Plow or Beehive Oven. I have access to a lot of stone. The thing is, I did play Stonehouse Extension, but I didn't really need Stonehouse extension. Like I could have, instead of taking the 3 stone, I could have taken like the 6 clay when it was available, and then I have clay plaster in hand, so I could have pretty easily built it. Why is it that much better in EIK? Lumin says, with less decks, big houses get stronger and stronger. Landing net lets you get to a big house without risking feeding much at all. Yeah, the other thing is there's less food in general, and also your food requirements are actually lower because you're not playing as many occupations with the IKW France because there are less ways to play occupations. Yeah, yeah. So the impact of getting food, not to mention Reedstone food and 2 read are like the best actions in stage 1 in EIK WM France. So yeah, and basically what Lumin said. Lumin, yeah. Yeah, and the other thing is, yeah, there's lots of access to food in these other decks. Because these other decks have given you access to cattle and... So in EIKWM France, there's basically no way to get cattle in stage 1. There's basically no way to get vegetables in stage 1. So because of that, you're limited to the sheep space, you're limited to the food on Reedstone food, and you're limited to like cards like Dancer. Cards that give you food on like Traveling Players and that kind of thing. Or like Mushroom Collector, right? But in G4, 5, 6, you know, we've added cards like Acquirer. We've added cards like, you know, you can get stage 1 cattle and boar and vegetable, which injects a whole bunch of extra food into stage 1. You know, yeah. Farm Stable, pretty happy with that pick. Hammock. I don't know if Hammock was the right pick. Hammock is pretty nice with... I like Hammock with Stockman. That pile was quite bad. Then I took Woodsaw. I was actually planning to like spam occupations and then use Woodsaw to catch up. To like get in as for my 4th family growth. But could have maybe taken Reed Exchange. Reed Exchange is certainly better. Let's look at Lumin. So yeah, Lumin first pick, Mason, obvious. So yeah, I'm quite surprised by School Lunch Lady's stats. I'm really surprised by that, but looks good. So chess player here. So chess player gives you stuff when you take stone. Does it give you stuff when you take read and stone? I don't remember chess player exactly. I mean, me personally, I'm probably looking at Reeve or Joiner. I'm probably taking Reeve, realistically. With School Lunch Lady, playing 7 occupations looks good. Taking Reed gives you stone, right? Well, you're thinking, I want access to early stone, right? That's what you were probably thinking. And then maybe thinking Architect is going to wheel, and then you have a really good reason to build a whole bunch of rooms, which Architect did wheel. But then you got Remodeler. Yeah, so Remodeler like saves you on a bunch of reads, so I feel like then you don't need chess players so much. Yeah, and this pack was really weak. Doesn't really matter. Elder's Daughter is a pretty solid wheel. I like Elder's Daughter. Chronicle. Chronicle was good. But Ranior didn't win. Coolala did. And then Architect last pick. I mean, I think Guest Room over Driftwood is totally defensible here. I guess if you have Reeve over Chess Player, like another reason to take Reeve plus Reeve instead of Chess Player, there's your 4 wood for Guest Room, right? And you know what? You can focus on with school. You play School Lunch Lady round 1. You play Chess Player round 2, or you play Reeve round 2. You take Reedstone Food once, and you 4 clay Elder's Daughter. You build the clay oven. And then you try to do a guest room. You can do a guest room for like five rounds in round 4. I would have done something like that, probably, or maybe go really hard for the sheep because there were the sheep available. Although I did have Rainier and I were competing quite hard for that sheep grab. I didn't even really want the sheep. I just wanted to play major improvements. Looking for a line with early and less guests. Yeah, I like that. I like that line. I think that is like the real low-key value of guest room. You committed to landing net instead. Yeah, that's okay. Then second pick landing net. Yeah, so I was really hoping that me passing you clay pit, you would be encouraged to take clay pit and pass landing net, because obviously passing landing net is sad for me. But then I'm hopefully Lumin will take the clay pit away from the joiner. That's what I was hoping. But that's okay. I think landing net's it's a reasonable choice. Very reasonable. Bakehouse here with school lunch lady, field. Man, that field didn't get back to me. I wish I could have played field instead of whatever the one wood card that I played. I love Beehive Oven. I feel like there's so many G cards that I'm really enjoying playing these G cards again. I used to love playing Beehive Oven. So what did Coolala draft? Coolala drafted Country Doctor first, and then second pick Shovel Worker. That's quite surprising to me. Tutor over yeah, Shovel Worker here. I don't really like Shovel Worker that much. I'm surprised, but obviously it worked out. I mean, results oriented. Coolala won, so playing Bakehouse if I get 3 stone round 14. Yeah, I like Bakehouse. It's a cool card, and especially with School Lunch Lady, it's nice. Thanks for the stream. Have a good day, Samfolds. Replace Beehive Oven for 4 victory points. Yeah, with Beehive Oven, yeah, it's really nice. Raiding Maniac here was really good. And then Joiner, Master of None. I'm not really sure about Master of None. Not really sure. I don't really think it's very good. The fact that the spaces all have to be revealed is really weird. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about Coolala's game. Obviously, Coolala won big, so can't say too much. So Ranior did first pick Fisherman's Apprentice. Figuring it helps him win the Reeve. Fisherman's Apprentice might even wheel out of this pile. I think it's unlikely, but I always think there's a chance someone will take Sheep Farmer. Like people will take Sheep Farmer higher. And then this pack, Plow Deal Maker, very early pick. I'm not really sure how to think about Plow Deal Maker. I feel like you're often with Plow Deal Maker feeding the people who need food the most, because the people who need to repeatedly plow one field often get a lot of value out of the 2 food. Now in this game I had no need for the 2 food, but normally when I'm doing a big Stonehouse game I'm happy to get 2 food on the plow space, so I'm not really sure how to feel about Plow Deal Maker. Tutor was quite good though. Sunday Worker here might have low-key been a really smart pick. I did find it really funny that Elder's Daughter went all the way around, and then Ranior and Coolala built like 0 major improvements between the 2 of them. Ranior built one, and then he turned it into the cooking corner. Yeah. And then Reeve wheeled, yeah. First pick Animal Pen. Cooking corner here over Stonehouse Extension is weird. I probably would take Stonehouse Extension. Although I guess he doesn't really have a lot of source of stone, but I guess with Sunday Worker, I'm thinking maybe you can get a double Reedstone food action or something. Once I play Businessman Daughter is mine. That's true. That's true. I really staked my claim. Well, also the fact that 8 clay and 7 clay were available. CC. Cooking Corner. Oh yeah, Cooking Corner is good. Yeah, Cooking Corner is good. Yeah, not doubting that. It's like usually a free 2 points, right? And then the extra vegetable can be nice. It's like, but yeah, free 2 points is great. But yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just thinking, Elder's Daughter. It's not necessarily what you want to do. Glad you enjoyed it, Sid. Obviously, not the best game for the Big House people. I was thinking about building a 5th stone room. I had Hammock in hand. I was thinking about building a 5th stone room, but I didn't really lay out my farm correctly. I really did not lay out my farm correctly. So I should have had the well builder. I should have had the backyard well in the middle, and then room on one side, and then I can do fields along the bottom, and then the room can potentially go out. But the problem is I put the well builder on the backyard well on the bottom, which was a mistake. The backyard well should definitely have been in the middle tile. So because it was going to block off my ability to plow more fields, and I figured it wasn't worth building. So middle's often good space for it. Yeah. Or top left, yes. Yep. Yeah, I didn't lay out my farm correctly. So I made some mistakes like that too. Because I don't need Basket Maker's Workshop. I should have built a 5th stone room. Like, I definitely should have done that. With 3 stone and 3 reed in hand. And potentially getting more stone from Hewer. Alright, guys. Fun game. Thank you very much to Lumin and Coolala and Ranior for playing. I'm going to be back tomorrow in the afternoon. I'm going to be able to do the afternoon stream tomorrow. So more like my normal time, like 12, 12:30. Yeah. Thanks very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. And we'll see you next time. Bye.